In today's video, we are going to be comparing Victor Wembanyama with LeBron James back when LeBron James was in high school. Let's get down, let's check out these two ridiculously amazing basketball players and what you can do to be able to play just like them. Let's get down, let's check this out. If you want to be able to shoot the basketball better, make sure to go check out the link down in the description below for the hardest basketball shooting workout. Okay, so in this first clip, we look at LeBron James. He's attacking the basket, gets triple teamed, and then he's able to kick it out for the three. A lot of the times when you've got dominant players like LeBron, a lot of the times when they drive to the rim and they get confronted with multiple defenders, they take it as a challenge and they want to take those guys right to the rim and dunk it on them or whatever. And LeBron James wasn't like that. He was willing to kick it out to his teammates so that they could have open shots because, of course, whenever you've got multiple defenders on you, you have players open. Now, the ball movement of this team was actually pretty spectacular. So we've got players who are moving off ball, cutting towards the baseline, cutting towards the block. LeBron was able to get that pass off, and then they did the extra pass to the other cutter cutting from the baseline, and of course it got disrupted, but lots of off-ball movement. This team was overall really good. Also, LeBron James was pretty well unstoppable in the fast break, and of course he's going to finish at the rim every single time. Also, these weak side fronts that teams used to try to run on LeBron James when he was in the low post really did not work very well. As we can see here, the ball is on that side and LeBron James is also in that side's low post. He gets fronted right off the bat, and there's nobody on this side who is able to really stop him when it comes to a lob pass, because nobody, basically, LeBron James's team cleared out that side. And a lot of the times, when the ball is on this side, and if he's about to get fronted, there's two ways that you can beat a fronted defender, and that is by having the ball handler dribble towards the baseline and get a better angle to pass to him, or potentially get the ball into the high post, which is essentially the same thing as swinging the ball to the other wing, because then that opens up that front so that it's now just basically on the side, and because now there's nobody defending on the weak side, or at least the off-ball side, you have a wide open lob to LeBron and he's able to capitalize on that. LeBron was also very good when a player was overplaying him. Here, this player was playing a bit too high and trying to deny that pass just a bit too much. LeBron James, even back in high school, was a very smart player, and LeBron James cut back door at this point and was able to slam that ball down. As long as that pass was placed perfectly, which that time it was, he was able to get a lot of these backdoor cuts wide open. And then in the transition here, we have 3-on-1. So many all-star amazing players will take this as an advantage to themselves, but LeBron didn't. He was willing passer to his teammates, who was able to get a foul on that call. And just like Victor Wembanyama, LeBron James could potentially be classified as a point guard. He was a very competent ball handler, and he was able to pass the ball. And in this case right here, he started driving to the basket. He had literally every single player looking at him and nobody looking at the open man. So he was able to capitalize by making that pass right over the shoulder of this guy so that he could get his teammate an open layup, and in this case, an and one. Isn't it amazing? Back in the day when they actually used to call fouls the right way. Now, when it comes to Victor Wembanyama, yes, he is playing in a pro league. We can see that right here. In this case, it's actually against a G League team. Victor Wembanyama was able to eat up defenses in these two games, and he was able to really take it to these players. In this case, there was only one player who was really guarding him. This guy didn't exactly do all that much because Victor Wembanyama seen him early, picked up the ball, and went the opposite direction, almost like a Euro step in a way. In my opinion, it's more like a veer step, and he was able to finish right in the middle of the key, and at 7'4", 7'5", depending on where you look, he's going to be pretty much unstoppable. And yes, just like LeBron, he has a jump shot, except I think that Victor's jump shot is a lot higher percentage than, of course, LeBron's. And yes, Victor Wembanyama can finish in the full court as well, and there's nobody again stopping that. What differentiates these two players at this level is, of course, their footwork. LeBron was more of a power player. He would get to the rim and pass the ball off, while Victor Wembanyama has these amazing Hakeem Michael Jordan style moves, and he's able to finish them in the mid-range as well. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a secret. These mid-range shots are what playoff teams look for. If you can shoot a high percentage from these spots on the court, you're going to be a sought-after player by playoff teams. In the playoffs, it's going to be difficult usually to get threes off, and it's usually very difficult to get to the rim. This mid-range area in playoffs is very useful because teams don't guard that shot as much anymore. And that means that he's going to be a very good playoff player, in my opinion. Also, it's going to be hard for almost everybody to be able to score on him because of his length. And when you start seeing plays like this, where he's able to go get up and get that ball, that's extremely useful. Now, a lot of the times, just like what we see with Zion Williamson, Victor also lands a lot of the times on one leg. However, what I think is going to be his saving grace is his slim form. He's not a very heavy player, and because of that, landing like this on his toes is really going to help him out. And I think that if he could land on two legs more often, he could potentially last longer without getting injured, especially when he starts getting older. Coming off of screens like this, you're looking at a Steph Curry style shooter. Look at that arc. Very nice shooting form as well. I've broken down his shooting form and I need to do it again because he's changed it just slightly since the last time I broke it down. But he's a very good and very useful player. You're basically looking at a point guard Steph Curry style player who can hit shots from back here, who can mix it up in the low post, who can defend, and who can drive to the rim. Let's also not forget, he's able to get down low to get that ball, and then he's able to get back up and posterize players. Like, that play right there is a game changer. Going from this height to get up top like this for a big player takes a lot of effort. Again, I think it's because of how slim he is and how muscular he is at a slim range allows him to be able to go low and get up high much faster than pretty much anybody else. In my opinion, this was the most impressive play out of everything that he's done against the G League teams. He can also do this move from both sides, which actually is kind of very interesting and fun to watch. These two players are absolutely fantastic. If Victor Wembanyama cannot get injured, let's say he has a very good long career, he could be potentially the greatest basketball player of all time. He's a 7'4", 7'5" player who plays like a point guard who can mix things up like a real center. There's not many players who have ever been like this. I guess the only one really I can ever think of is Wilt Chamberlain. This could potentially be what Wilt Chamberlain was like or would be like in today's game. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.